I'm Nanea Lo. I'm from Papakolea. I now reside in Kaimuki. I just wanted to say Olalo Hawaii Hawaiian language is life. And as this is the month of Olalo Hawaii, I wanted to touch upon that. I am a University of Hawaii undergraduate student, and I also work at the University of Hawaii. My story happened a couple of years ago when I was running for ASUH student government for senator for my school. And I was slut shamed and sexually harassed by some women, a coworker. If most of you guys don't know what slut shaming is, I put it off of the internet. It's an action or fact of stigmatizing a woman for engaging in behavior judged to be promiscuous or sexually provocative. I always, to me, found the university and my workplace as somewhere that I could be safe in until this incident happened. So one of my opponents, girlfriend, some women that I knew, and my coworker decided to slut shame me when I posted a picture on one of my personal social networks. At the time, it was kind of off-putting. I didn't understand why it would happened because these women I actually felt close to. I felt that they were my friends. I felt comfortable with them. And at the time when they slut shamed me, they posted on their social networks how I was unfit as a candidate running for my school, unfit as an academic, unfit as a Native Hawaiian. I felt annoyed, I felt confused, I felt hurt, and mainly asking myself why. Why was I put in this predicament? But I just felt that it was wrong and I needed to do something about it. And the first thing that I did to empower myself is I sought to my inner circle of manoahine, of my family, my friends, to confide in me and like talk to them about what had just happened to me and wrap my head around like what's going on. I knew there was something called Title IX at school, and Title IX is an office and it's landmark federal civil rights that prohibits sex discrimination in education, and it gives everyone a right to be free from all forms of sex and gender harassment, discrimination, and misconduct. At the time, my bosses, they caught wind of my situation that happened with my coworker, and that coworker, she actually became, at the time, she was just got hired as full-time staff. I'm a student worker, so she obviously had a higher position than me. I'm fortunate enough that my job, my bosses reached out to me and they consulted me and they told me, you know, what kind of action that I want to take as a student. And I told them, you know, I think I want to do a whole ponopono session. I want to get mediated with her because I wanted to understand where was she coming from, where were these women coming from to feel that they needed to lash out on me. And so we actually hooked up with the Women's Center at the University of Hawaii, and they catered to all students, LGBT community, transgender peoples, and they offer counseling session, and we had a mediation session over there. I decided not to go forward with Title IX with that coworker because I did feel that she had a lapse of judgment. I respect her still, and I still feel that she's a good person. This has not been the first time that I was slut shamed or sexually harassed by women, but I feel that it's important as a student to speak about these things and that there are avenues and people to talk to, like your counselors, your professors, your peers. There are people in the university and in your workplace, if you do work at a school, that are going to be there for you. Some of the next steps that I feel that maybe the university can take is possibly being more proactive and teaching more students and faculty about Me Too, about sexual harassment, about these kind of things that happen. Because at the time, although my bosses were prepared, I feel that there can never be enough, And that's my story. Thank you.
So Paolo wanted me to just comment because since I am at the university and I haven't heard Nanea's story. Thank you so much. I thought that was amazing. She just recited to you the Title IX law. She's right. That's right. It's actually in one sentence. And those of you that know me, and a lot of you in this room know me, that I always honor Patsy Mink, even though she wasn't the only author, but she is our very own that was the biggest advocate. And that Title IX has been attacked some 38 times, even before the Trump administration. And so you can imagine how scary this is for this law to still be in the books. But Nanea is right, that for her, I'm so glad, Nanea, that you had your bosses that supported you. And she also could have had the right to go to somebody confidential, both on campus or off campus, because for the most part, when somebody comes forward, they're not even sure what happened to them, how to make sense of it. And it's great that you had different options and decided, that, well, this is what I wanted to do. And later we can talk about how your real circle of the people that you're going to tell is not some office of notice or even a confidential advocate or a therapist, but your loved ones. And most women, especially being indigenous or immigrant women, will only, and we know this statistically, will only go to their sister, their mom, or their best friend. So that's why the bystander piece is really important. But I just want to say one more thing about Title IX. Please remember the difference between that and Title VII, which is your workplace rights, your federal rights, to not be discriminated against based on sex in the workplace. And sometimes if you're in education, you cross over into both because you work, but you're also in school, and in the same setting, that teacher or that professor is also your boss. So it is a Title IX and a Title VII issue, and it doesn't even matter if you remember that, whether you walk out of here. Like Nanea was saying, just being able to have those spaces to be able to talk about and process. Because the first thing a survivor is thinking is like, okay, what are my legal rights? I want to file a complaint. No. And majority of the people will never file a complaint, and they don't want that. They just want it to stop. So I wanted to thank you because I thought that how you processed all of that was so powerful because I know there's some students there in the room to hear that you actually had the support, but not every student does. So thank you.